board. You want to be aligned here, like parallel to the bridge 3 o'clock. I wanted to also just give you some tips, like teachings about the alignment technique that I teach, my framework to really achieve the tension-free playing with beautiful sound. Because we all want to play with beautiful sound, but when we are holding tension in your left hand, your right hand, or your shoulders, or your back, or your neck, it actually goes against like really freeing up the space to make the beautiful sound. So 𝗍𝗍 alignment technique is about alignment of your body, because when you are aligned first and when you are relaxed first, and then you bring the violin to the home with that alignment, instead of going to the violin and holding onto the violin with the neck crunched down, that actually really creates more space when in your posture. And then that's the first step that you want to do, and then really get used to this kind of posture, really aligned posture. And then violin comes into the home, and then being able to maneuver the violin around in this alignment. And then also at the same time, support system. See, like this alignment technique is not just about the back, being your back straightened and lengthened. It's also about really knowing your base, your hip bones, if you're sitting, your soles of your feet shoulder width apart. When you're standing, really balancing, like feeling the support from the ground, and then at the same time really grounding yourself with soles of your feet and finding the perfect balance that can have your back come to the center. So that's something that's important to think about in the beginning of your practice. And then the second thing is the supportive system. You want to create space and support within your violin posture. So in your violin posture, you want to create more support to support the violin with these two holders. So I say left hand, you want to hold the violin with this part and then this part. See, like your thumb and your palm, but like in the base, like under the base knuckle of your index finger, so that you can lift your violin like this, right? And then see the alignment here and here. See, not the wrist going out and or in, but alignment here, and then not like this, but alignment here. See, so alignment is everywhere, even in your bow arm, and then how your bow moves. See, like alignment in between the bridge and then fingerboard. You want to be aligned here, like parallel to the bridge 3 o'clock, right? So this is about the alignment technique. And then supportive system, you want to support the violin and support the bow with good bow hold. And then also support all 4 fingers, not just one finger at a time, but all 4 fingers at the same time. And then third thing is awareness. So 𝗍𝗍, ASAP. Third thing is awareness. When you're practicing, you want to really be aware of where the tension is coming from, because there's always this tension. If something's not working out, if sound is not right, if the sound is not flowing, if the sound is not beautiful, it's because there's something like in your body that's holding the tension, or it could be also the posture that's not really supportive enough. So you want to always bring more awareness to it. And then in order to do that, the last thing is practice strategy. So smart practice strategy comes with more awareness. And in order to be more aware of what's going on in your body, you want to practice slowly with really listening. So that's something, because if you're just going fast, just trying to read the notes, when you're not listening to the sound and when you're not really being aware of what's going on with your body, when things are not working out, when the intonation is not right, when the sound is not right, then you're just repeating the stuff, but not really practicing. Practicing has to come with the progress. And then when you want to really make the progress, you want to make sure that you're practicing slowly with really listening, and then repeating the transition, the parts that it's not really working out in the way that you really want to make it happen. So those are the things that are very important, 𝗍𝗍 technique. and alignment technique. In any technique, intonation, vibrato, shifting, or straight bow, and good bow arm, bowing technique, everything comes with these 4 elements of the framework that I always teach. And this could be the foundation of every technique. And then it works. It really works. So even with these exercises that I give to my students, they experience big progress. And then when they get to the piece that they work on, it's totally different story. So you will feel the freedom when you are really working on this every day and every time you practice. So I encourage you to think about this and then really go through this as you. 𝗪𝗡𝗅, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name. Okay, thank you for being here. It's so good to see you. Feel free to write down your question underneath this video. Hi, 𝗪𝗡𝗅. Okay, so feel free to type your questions, but I will go through the questions that came in. Jim shared that I have problems with my thumb, maybe trying too much or possibly using no rest, maybe adding weight. So first of all, if you chose not to use the rest, you should so it's actually very important to know. And then you can experiment with different ideas. But in the beginning, before you really know how to relax and support your violin, I recommend using the rest. Even these kind of sponge would help you to feel more support here, because we tend to actually hold here so tightly when we don't have any support here. But once you really learn how to support the violin without pressing the thumb too hard or gripping it too hard, then you can experiment with not using it and then see how you feel. But if not having anything causing you to press your thumb too much, I would recommend using some kind of support here that feels comfortable and safe, and then let go of your thumb, because you actually don't need to press down here to play the violin. It's actually very light. My thumb is very lightly here, and then my holder is lightly supporting the violin. I'm never gripping here. Okay, so that's something that I want to answer first. And then practice can be an entire day playing. Again, when the tension eases so much, I'm finding messages hard to write. Clear tone exists until I get to the end of a long song under the violin neck, parallel to my second finger, will be unable to hold the violin. So see, I think, Jim, you are kind of experiencing the pain or tension in your left hand. So I would recommend finding a place for your hand to hold the violin without having to grip it. And then see, when you're practicing, if your fingers are getting together or if your nails are getting wide, see, you don't even need to press down all the way to the fingerboard, every finger. You just have to lift and drop, and then you will be surprised how less weight of the finger can still make beautiful sound. You don't have to press it down all the way. You can experiment with maybe 50%, 70% of your finger weight, so 30% less than what you've been doing. And then also keep tap your thumb like this when you're playing, so you just kind of being aware of, okay, if you're tensing up, you might feel hard to tap, but when you tap, you just let go of the tension, and see, always space here, soften your palm, and then lifting and dropping without pressing it down. So those things will really help you to let go of the tension that you are struggling with. So that's something that I would recommend doing, James. Hope this is helpful. And then Howie put the answer. I had a really good week of practice. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you for keep going. Now I'm learning G minor, and the fingering between the D and A string is quite challenging, especially when I go back to playing A major key. So see, this comes with practicing different scales, because in the beginning, you are just kind of used to A major, D major, G major scale, because that's what Suzuki Book 1, or like in the beginning phase, you're kind of like used to 1 or 2 scales. But then as you grow, you will be exposed to so many other scales. So we have 24 scales, like 12 major scales and then 12 minor scales. And minor scales can be a little challenging because it actually depends on what kind of scale you use. But harmonic scale shares different ascending and descending. So for example, G minor scale. This is different from A major scale. Right? So what I did was, when I'm playing G minor scale, my hand, actually my holder, went a little bit lower than A major scale. A major scale, my hand is a little bit high because of the C sharp and D, and A and G sharp and A, right? But G minor scale, because I have to play low 1 here, and then here, see, like my hand has to be kind of wide enough. So each scale has different finger pattern and then different type of adjustment that you can make, and it comes with practicing. So I am kind of it's very simple answer. And then it might be boring to practice scales over and over again, but at the same time, this is the way to do it. So I would recommend just keep doing the exercises that you're doing, and then also see, like the finger exercises. This can go forever if I go over all the finger exercises that I teach to really get used to and get comfortable with the left hand frame. But there is a step to take. So this is why I actually came up with Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving special. It's Black Friday next week, but next week I'll be very busy, like visiting my friend and family. So and then also I have a concert at the end of the week. So this week I'm opening up my discovery call to half price. Grab it if you want the personalized guidance, because there is a limit by answering your questions with live calls, and then also write down, typing in, because if I don't see you, there's a limit that I can really give the personalized guidance, because I really want to see you, and then being able to adjust your hand in a way that really makes work for you, because everyone's body is different, everyone's level is different, and then everyone's challenge is different. And there's always this personalized way, the tips that I can give you, because there's history of your violin practice and the habits that come from maybe practicing wrong. Maybe your posture was not right, and then you are not being aware of what's going on or what you were doing wrong. So there are not many teachers who are aware of the body awareness or alignment technique, and it's unfortunate that many teachers actually in my generation also just kind of like had this traditional lesson of going through the pages and just go to the next level, next book, next page. But actually, when you don't fix the foundation, when you don't get comfortable and aligned with your posture, and then when your hand frame and bow hold is not right and you just turn the pages, you're gonna keep facing the challenges as you go to the higher level, as you practice the higher level technique. The challenge is going to get more and more difficult. So I wanted to give this as a gift to you for the half price discovery call, for your personalized guidance with the questions that you have, the challenges that you're facing, or if you just don't know what's going on wrong, but you don't like your sound, or you feel like you can be better and then you believe in it. This is the time that you take the action and then get my support so that you can get that breakthrough to progress to the next level faster, because that's possible for you when you just unlock those adjustments. It could be very small thing that you're not aware of, but once you get it, it's going to free up so much space in your playing, and then also at the same time you'll feel so much easier and comfortable in your violin playing. So feel free to book the call. I'm going to adjust the price and then post it in the comment below so that you can get to it. And let me know if you have any other questions. Okay, I'm still figuring out how to see the comments without, okay. Can 5-year-old daughter best age to start learning violin? Okay, let me actually, okay. 5-year-old, yes, 5-year-old is good age to start playing the violin. I started when I was 6. So it's a good age. And then it doesn't matter with how old your daughter is. It's about how well she learns. So in the beginning, foundation is so important. So like find a good teacher who can really teach her the good foundation, and then also giving her the joy of playing the violin would be so much better for her long-term violin success. But see, like when they're young, you never know if she's gonna like it, if she's gonna practice. You never know until you try. So start trying it, and then maybe, you know, like if she doesn't like it, you can try different instrument. But yeah, if she really wants it and then wants to try, give her a try and then see how it goes. And then, oh yeah, 5-year-old is very good age to start playing the violin. Like you can just teach from really just playing with it like a toy. And then she'll get used to it as she learns the foundation and playing some pieces. So yes, that was my answer. And yeah, it's been really good to share some of the tips with you, and I'm so happy to be here, and then all the members who are active and sharing your goals and wins. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you for keep going. And remember, you are just one step away from really gaining that freedom. So alignment technique, the ones that I explained to you, put that in your practice and then go through that, and then just like have some breakthroughs and then share it with the group, because I would really be happy to see you progress and then gain some feedback from this section. Okay, thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next time. And be sure to check the comment with the discovery call link. And then I am so looking forward to seeing you and connecting with you personally. Okay, bye. Have a great day and great week.